with your award-winning news team. John Huddleston, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Breaking news off the top tonight, a house fire this evening. It happened at 4303 Culver Road in Tuscaloosa County. Officials say they got the call around 7:54 p.m. Battalion Chief David Hallman says the house was fully involved when they arrived on the scene. Luckily, nobody was inside the home. Hallman says they believe the person living there is staying with a relative for a couple of days. We'll, of course, keep you updated on this story. And with that, we say good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. Meanwhile, Tuscaloosa city leaders and some bar owners will soon be working out possibilities on new entertainment districts. These areas would allow patrons to leave bars and walk on city streets with open alcohol containers in their hand. In tonight's top story, WVUA's Travis Leader gives us details on what the positives and negatives would be if the proposition becomes reality.
You may first ask, what is an entertainment district?
This allows a patron of a bar or restaurant that's licensed to sell alcoholic beverages to leave with an open alcoholic beverage container and remain with that beverage in the entertainment district.
So where exactly would these entertainment districts lie?
The legislation allows for 2 entertainment districts to be created in the city. Naturally, we have one place here on the Strip, and also downtown in Temerson Square would be the other natural location for it to be located at.
But the exact locations have yet to be determined. This is one of the many decisions that needs to be made before these districts can be established. And that's why local bar and restaurant owners want to be in on the talks.
These are the people who are going to be participating in it, and this is the ones that will be helping be helped by the legislation, and also help Tuscaloosa as a whole as a tourist destination.
And the city hopes to meet with some of these owners to hash out the details.
A committee will be formed to study it in terms of is there interest, where will the locations be, and what will the rules be. One of the rules might be that no glass containers would be allowed to leave the bars for safety reasons. And the police department will be involved in our committee to go over the rules.
City leaders hope to set up the committee during city council meetings next month. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
Woodson says the districts could possibly be established by the beginning of this year's Alabama football season. It is unclear whether the districts would be permanently established or instead only be implemented during special times and events. Well, more news regarding your favorite brews tonight. State law is now letting you take alcoholic beverages home if you feel like you've drank enough. The law allows restaurants to reseal the beer or wine, making it tamper-proof. Then you would be able to properly store it in your vehicle. This means if you don't feel like drinking the entire contents of that nice bottle of wine while on your date, your server will be able to let you salvage the remains. State Representative John Merrill believes this will cut back on drinking and driving.
We felt like it was a public safety issue because what you didn't want to do was to have someone consume the wine at the restaurant just because they knew it was going to be discarded if they didn't consume it then, which might put them in a position to have their driving impaired, and we certainly don't want that.
According to Merrill, you would still have to adhere to the state law regarding proper storage of these containers. The law does not say you can consume the beverage while you're driving your vehicle. On a different note, guess what? It's officially summer out there. That happened earlier tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott, who has the first check on Alabama's home team forecast. Good evening, Richard.
Hey, John, good Wednesday evening to you. The first day of summer started at 6:09 this evening. It certainly felt like summer today. 91 in the city of Tuscaloosa. These are high temperatures this afternoon. 90 back at Fayette and Jasper. 87 over in Birmingham. 89 down at Demopolis. Temperatures cooling off, but still mild this evening. 77 now. The city of Tuscaloosa will still have some 80s on the board for Utah. In Reform, 82, the warm spot down in Greene County. Here's our forecast for Thursday. Overall, a little bit hotter out there. We're talking 94 by 4 o'clock with plenty of sunshine. But what about the rest of that forecast? And we'll look at the tropics. Home team weather is straight ahead.
All right, Richard, thank you very much. Well, several bridges across Tuscaloosa County are getting a whole new look. According to County Commissioner Don Wallace, 5 bridges will be torn down and rebuilt. Those bridges are the Tyro Creek Bridge on Upper Tyro Road, the Tyro Creek Bridge on Old Jasper Road, Big Sandy Creek Bridge on South Sandy Road, Thornton Creek Bridge on Dobbs Road, and the Moccasin Branch Bridge on Moccasin Branch Road. Wallace says they decided to fix them now instead of waiting until they become unusable.
Replacing them now, we can plan for it. We can alert the school systems and others that are impacted to know to reroute the buses or other things that are happening in the area, and it can kind of be done on a coordinated basis as opposed to just having a breakdown occur all of a sudden and then you're scrambling trying to find new routes.
Wallace says they expect the rebuilding to be complete in 2014. On your home team crime watch tonight, putting away criminals with your help. Your information could be the missing link to an arrest. Here's this week's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted.
Hello, my name is Ted Sexton, the Sheriff of Tuscaloosa County. We need your help this week in finding more Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Jeremy David Smith is wanted on violation of the Sex Offender Notification Act. He's a black male, 40 years old, 5'10", 185 pounds. He's bald with brown eyes, last known to be living on 25th Avenue East in Tuscaloosa. Dustin Ray Dent, wanted on charge of burglary in the first degree. He's a white male, 22 years old, 6 foot tall, 155 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes, last known to be living on Waterfall Drive in Brookwood. If you have any information on these as well as others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please call us at 205-464-8672 or go to our website at www.tcsoal.org. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And working together, we'll continue to make Tuscaloosa County a safer place to live.
The Southern Baptist Convention made history today. Earlier this morning, the organization announced that Fred Luter Jr. as their president. That makes him the first African-American to hold this position. Local ministers are excited about this new leadership and feel Luter is a great representation of what the church stands for.
Honestly, my excitement is not as much, or it's not just that he's an African-American, it's that he's Fred Luter. And he is just a fantastic man. A man who I believe has characteristics that men need to see in our society. He knows how to lead, and he loves Jesus.
Along with this change in leadership, the Southern Baptist Convention is considering renaming the organization the Great Commission Baptist. Well, new at 10 tonight, if you drove down McFarland Boulevard near Indian Hills Country Club today, you might have noticed a sign. It read, "In loving memory of Holly Rogers on her 25th birthday. We miss and love you. Please don't drink and drive." A stark reminder of what can happen if you get behind the wheel while under the influence. Tonight, WVUA's Taylor Sanders spoke to Holly's family.
It's a doorbell that rang at 5:30 in the morning that no parent wants to answer.
When I heard Holly's name, they said, "Are you Holly Rogers' mother?" I believe is what they asked me. I knew then, and they told me that she had been killed.
Mother Daniette Williams found out that night that her 20-year-old daughter, Holly Rogers, had been killed instantly by a drunk driver.
It hurts. You feel like the world should kind of stop for you.
It was the worst thing, the worst feeling. I thought life is absolutely over for us.
It's been 5 years since that tragedy, and Wednesday, Holly would have celebrated her 25th birthday.
We have joy again. You know, we have a life now without Holly. There's life before Holly. I mean, life with Holly and life after Holly.
And Rogers' family won't forget how she died. And they say they will continue to teach people what happens when you drink and drive.
And it just is something that needs to be told over and over. We don't hear it enough here. We don't have signs that say that here. And I think sometimes it just becomes lax. Not because people don't care maybe, but we need to hear it more.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Taylor Sanders, WVUA News.